Thanks so much for coming back to the table. We are talking about grandparents becoming parents to their grandchildren. I'm back now with Adrienne Alexander Allen. She's the legal guardian of her beautiful granddaughter, Ava. She wrote the book, The Accidental Parent, as a way to help other grandparents in the same position. And therapist Dr. Theresa Moseley is joining us as well. She is a marriage and family therapist who's guided lots and lots of women and men through the process. And joining the conversation now is Debbie Williams. She gained full custody of her grandson, Grayson, about 4 years ago, and the new role made her restructure certain parts of her life, but she insists it felt natural for her to step in and be a parent to her grandson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So he was a little guy, and we know those little boys. We know the girls can move. We know those boys. Those jokers can go. What was it like for you starting over with a little one?
It was, to be honest with you, it felt very normal.
Okay.
Even though I got full custody of him officially 4 years ago, he was with me from a newborn. And so with that being said, it was just, I just transitioned into this grandparent status. And I come from a Southern family. So my Southern family, like my grandmother raised my great-grandmother raised my mother, so I understood that. So when this happened, it really was just something that was normal to me.
Yeah,
just to take him and raise him.
Handsome. I mean, the cutest grandkids award going to all of these grands today. But I want to point out your son and the child's mother were in your home for some time. This was a village setup.
It was a village setup, and it was very untraditional because them staying in my home was never was supposed to be. And when my son, he asked me when she found out she was pregnant, could she come and live with us? And I said, absolutely not. This is not going to happen. But I just felt she needed that nurturing throughout her pregnancy, and I just thought I was just going to be the grandma. I had already knew what my name was going to be, and I was just going to assist on the other end.
I'll take the bait. What was your grandma name? Because I know it wasn't grandma.
Well, I'm Mimi now.
I knew it.
I'm Mimi. But I can't remember, but it was something else with a grandma tone to it.
Gotcha.
And so, you know, I originally said no, but then after I saw her struggle, I said, sure, she can come in. But in my house, I said, you're going to live downstairs, she'll live upstairs, and we'll all meet in the middle for dinner. You know, it wasn't going to be any of you guys living together.
You're still going to be the parent and the grandparent. And I think that's part of it, right, Doc? You do have to sort of set some boundaries if there's still going to be some co-parenting with your kids, right? How often do you see that in your practice?
Very often.
Yeah.
Because the grandkids, when they come in with the grandparent, they feel, I don't need to follow your rules. You're not my mom, you're not my dad. So although you're telling me these rules, I'm not going to comply with them. So it's very important that the grandparent set the rules. Okay, yeah, you may have had those rules, but you're with me. These are the rules that you must comply with. And that goes back to what I have already stated. You have that weekly meeting, so okay, we're going to go over the rules that you've done well. These are some things that you need to work on. You didn't do well, and you discuss it. And something I like to add, usually the grandkids are angry with the grandparent.
Right.
Because they feel, okay, I don't really understand, although you're telling me or saying to me while I'm here, I don't want to be here. I want to be with my parents.
I want to be with my parents. And so there's that conversation. But if we can just be honest, right? Sometimes there's some resentment with the grandparents, with the children, right? The adult parent who put you in this situation. Can we be that honest?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me.
Oh, it took me a minute to, someone asked me if I was embarrassed. And I think that I was more so embarrassed because I was trying to keep my daughter safe. And so it was embarrassment for her, but then also resenting putting me in this position to not be able to do what I want to do anymore. Like, I've paid my dues, so to speak. And I've done the things that I needed to do, and now here I am starting over again.
Debbie, any resentment for you?
The resentment was not from me. The resentment actually came from my son. He was more resentful because I guess I stepped into the position that he felt he wanted to be in, but at the time wasn't able to. So it was a resentfulness to see how my grandson was taking to me. He took me on like mom. He even, once he started talking, he was calling me mommy. But we shut that down.
I was going to say, you shut that down.
I
have
shut
to
that
presume.
down,
Yeah.
absolutely, because I never wanted to take away from who his mother and father is.
How do you maintain those boundaries? Especially, you've got two very different scenarios, right? Your daughter, we know, is she still incarcerated?
Yes.
How do you have conversations about where the parents are in a way that doesn't feel like you're always talking bad about them, but being honest, to Dr. Moseley's point?
Well, for me, this is why I got Dr. Moseley became the therapist for me and Grayson. I realized that I needed therapy, and I feel I've learned that all of us need therapy at some point in time.
We do.
And I needed help because Grayson was going through a level of becoming angry. He was the angry child. He wasn't angry at me. He was angry at them. And he was showing it and displaying it in school. And I realized, okay, he had the best of everything. What else could I do? And this is where I
It's
found
the
Dr.
conversation,
Moseley. Yeah, it's
right?
the conversation.
Yeah, so we're going to talk more about what those conversations look like from a therapy standpoint,
Yes.
and what you encourage parents and grandparents to say in these family settings, right? We'll have that conversation when we return. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.